caste-based census is very much essential. Where Britishers they introduced this census way back in 1872, they had something in their mind that India is a caste-ridden society. इंडिया में कास्ट का जो गंधा ये है, फ्रैग्रेंस है, ये बहुत खराब बात है. नेक्स्ट थिंग that unity among the Mulo Nivasi. Unity is necessary. It is a very crucial thing. What unity will you do? So I try to confine my subject to two important issues. That unity among the Mulo Nivasis. How far we are united, you know. I'll just place some points before you for your considerations and necessary follow-up actions. So you have conducted this meeting at Bhimo Bhai Nagar. I do not know whether you know Bhimo Bhai or not. Bhimo Bhai was a tribal saint, tribal pierce, and his historical talk which he had given for the sake of humanity, I want to tell you. ମୋ ଜୀବନ ପଛେ ନର୍କେ ପଡ଼ିଥାଉ ଜଗତ ଉଦ୍ଧାର ହେଉ. I want to remain in hell for the sake of mankind, for the upliftment of mankind. It was Bhimo Bhai who said these things. So we feel proud of Bhimo Bhai because this writing is written on the wall of the UNO. If somebody has gone to UNO, he must have noticed on the wall of UNO the sayings of Bhimo Bhai. ମୋ ଜୀବନ ପଛେ ନର୍କେ ପଡ଼ିଥାଉ ଜଗତ ଉଦ୍ଧାର ହେଉ. So he was ready to remain in the hell for the well-being of the mankind. So the great seer, the great tribal saint, we feel proud of him, and you have chosen the right place for conduct of this meeting, Bhimo Bhai Nagar. Then another great son of Odisha who belonged to Puri was Utkal Mani Gopa Bandhu Das. I want to quote him. He rightly said, নিজ সুখ লাগি জাত নুয়ে হিন্দু বিশ্ব হিতে হিন্দু প্রতি রক্ত বিন্দু. Hindu is not born for himself. Hindu is born for the benefit of the world, entire world. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. He was a Brahmin, but he was not opponent of the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe peoples. A great son of this land. We also feel proud of him. Many saints are here who we are influenced by the dictum of universalism, universal brotherhood, unity, and brotherhood, fraternity. These are the cardinal principles which we are propagated by Utkal Mani Gopa Bandhu Das and Bhimo Bhai. So once again, I will welcome all the delegates, all the dignitaries to this second national conclave of unity of Mulo Nivasi Samaj. So, dear brothers and sisters, you know that we are at the crossroad. We people are at the crossroad. None is there to help us. None is there to think about our pupils except our own organizations. Today, you are celebrating this national conclave at Puri. So, I would prefer to pay my tribute to some great persons who are always thinking about the well-being of the Mulanivasis. You know that Maharaj of Kolhapur, Sahuji Maharaj, he was the first persons in India who had introduced this reservation in jobs for backward classes. A Maharaj, why he thought? A very rational man. In 1902, he introduced this reservation system in jobs for scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, backward classes, etc. Right now, I think government is determined not to give reservation in jobs to scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and backward classes. I do not know what is there in the mind of the government or in our honorable Prime Minister. With all respect, I am telling these things. Modi ji, what is his slogan? सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका प्रकाश. This is Modi ji who always used to tell that I want to remain with all the peoples. I am the servant of the peoples. So, from this platform, I would humbly request the Prime Minister of India to conduct caste-based censuses. I would request, I don't have fear towards anybody. I have heard from some of my friends, if you tell arrest Mr. Modi, you will get you arrested. I would prefer to get arrested rather than not to say anything about the plights of my own people. Caste-based census is very much essential. When Britishers, they introduced this census way back in 1872, they had something in their mind that India is a caste-ridden society. इंडिया में कास्ट का जो गंधा ये है, फ्रैग्रेंस है, ये बहुत खराब बात है. What is caste? We all are human beings. We must be treated equally with our friends, our brothers, our sisters. Ambedkar, Baba Sahib Ambedkar was the champion of human rights. He was the propagator of these three principles: liberty, equality, fraternity. When he made constitutions under a peculiar situations, Baba Sahib Ambedkar was invited to become the chairman of the drafting committee of the constitutions. I just to remind you, when Pandit Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, they wanted to have a constitution, inclusive constitutions for the Indians. They did not invite Baba Sahib Ambedkar. I do not know the reasons. It is very difficult to find out the reasons. हम लोग जब ढूंढेंगे क्या रीजन है, क्यों अंबेडकर जी जो 32 सब्जेक्ट में एमए किए थे, और यू आर दी फर्स्ट इंडियंस, नॉट फर्स्ट इंडियन, फर्स्ट एशियंस who had 2 doctorate degrees from foreign university, Columbia and that British university. So it was not a joke. He was the most educated persons in India. So far, none has surpassed Baba Sahib Ambedkar. We many people we criticize Ambedkar. You raise our voice against Ambedkar because we do not understand Ambedkar. What is Ambedkar? What was Ambedkar? We do not understand. If somebody will understand Ambedkar, a social democrat, who is the champion of the human rights, the liberator of the downtrodden, the crusader of human rights, the crusader of the oppressed classes, the only wise persons in India who made constitution and inclusive constitutions. In his constitution you will find many things. Religious tolerance, allowing minorities to establish their own educational systems, then giving rights, fundamental rights. When this Jawaharlal Nehru and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, they wanted to have a constitution for free Indians. What they did? They invited Sir Benengala Rao, a great statesman, a great lawyer, and Indian civil servant. His brother was the first governor of Reserve Bank of India. Worthy son of India. But Ambedkar, nobody, we cannot compare Ambedkar with others. This is, I can say, because I have written 5-6 books on Ambedkar. I have read Ambedkar very thoroughly. I do not want to tell about myself. But Ambedkar was a charismatic leader. He was a leader who had drafted the constitution impartially, a inclusive constitution. So when Jawaharlal Nehru and this Sardar Patel, they decided to invite Benengala Rao to prepare a constitution for Indians, he got scared. He decided to move around the world and to seek the opinion of all the constitutionalists. At that time, Sir Ivor Jennings, Professor Ivor Jennings, who had made constitution for Nepal, Burma, etc., he met him and sought his advice. Asked him whether I am competent to make the constitution for the Indians. Then Sir Ivor Jennings laughed at him. He told him that you have the greatest persons, a greatest constitutionalist, one of the eminent lawyer, a social reformer, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. We are poor fellows, we are starved fellows, many SCs and STs, for centuries together, we are forced to remain as poor. Because if they will rise in the society, they will reign the country. They will become the rulers. And fortunately, Kansiramji had created a situation to make one of his fellows as the chief minister of the biggest state of India. Unfortunately, our sister Mayawati is not seen nowhere. I am not criticizing Mayawati. He had ambitions. Kansiramji, the creator of AMSEP, a great personality, and Karpade, great personality. They had men of visions. They had created AMSEP way back in 1978, most probably, 78, with an aim to empower our own people, the Mulo Nibasi Samaj. Some of their dreams have been fulfilled. Sister Mayawati became the chief minister of UP for 4 times. At that time, our friends of upper caste, we are joking at us. Mayawati has become chief minister. We are telling them, time will come, Mayawati ji will become the prime minister. But destiny has written something. Mayawati ji could not rise. We should find out why she failed. This is the convention where we must introspect ourselves. We must introspect and find out something for the empowerment of our own peoples. College is there, you all are there. I do not advise
But I will just suggest, after deliberations, after discussion about many problems, if you can prepare a memorandum and submit to the government, that may fetch something to us. I always send memorandum to the government. On many social issues, I used to write memorandum. My friends, they criticize. You are a man who only know how to submit memorandum. During British time, when we did not have freedom, at that time, what our leaders were doing? They were submitting memorandum. Memorandum, petitions. When petition could not work, they took a strong decision. Do or die. 1942, Mahatma Gandhi had given a clarion call. Do or die. This is the time we must be prepared to fight against Britishers. If the Britishers will not give us freedom, we will snatch away freedom from them. So I would request, I would urge Kumar Kaleji to make these deliberations interactive and suggestive. We all must deliberate, we all must think together, because two minds is better than one mind. Here many minds are there, many intellectuals are present here. I request you all to prepare to find out solution to our problems. Today I will not take much time. I will just focus on my attention on two subjects. One is caste-based census. Why it is necessary? When in 1872, Britishers they started census in India, at that time it was not caste-based. In 1931, they thought that India is a caste-ridden society. The Mulo Nivasis, we are not getting the fruits of freedom. They could not get the fruits of the freedom unless and until caste-based census is done. Caste-based census will enable us to the economic, socio-economic conditions of our fellows, to enable us to know how many are in service, how many have been provided services in the governments. You know, in the High Court, Supreme Court, our own fellows are not there as the judges. The system they have made is a very peculiar. You do not have right to criticize the judiciary. If you will criticize the judiciary, it will be treated as a contempt case. They will put you behind the bar. But we are not criticizing. Do you think that only Brahmins, only castes are born to become the judges of the High Court and Supreme Court? How many our fellows are there in the Supreme Court and the High Court? So caste-based census is very much essential for us. It is very much essential. We can know how many scheduled caste and scheduled tribes have been provided job and what are their conditions, socio-economic conditions. Our socio-economic condition is very, very deplorable. बहुत खराब. कुछ आदमी को मिला है, बहुत आदमी को नहीं मिला है. वो ऐसा एक सिस्टम बना हुआ है जिधर many are still working as bonded labor. Many people, many children belonging to scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, Muslims, they are working as bonded laborer, child laborer. There is a provision. Abolish child labor system, abolish bonded labor system. But do you think that these systems are not prevalent in the society? One sociologist had made a thorough and in-depth study about the condition of the downtrodden in Asia. His study reveals that only scheduled caste and scheduled tribe peoples are forced to work as child labor, bonded labor, and what not because of their poverty. So, my dear friends, my brothers and sisters, from this platform, I can tell you, we must unitedly work and impress upon the government to introduce caste-based systems. United we stand, divided we fall. If we unitedly we will press our demand before the government. Government, if not today, tomorrow will be bound to introduce caste-based system, caste-based census. I do not know whether you will be agreed to my proposal or not. Let us strive. We must strive. Strive and strive and strive. When we will strive? When unitedly we will raise our voice, then government will be bound to introduce caste-based census. Next thing, that unity among the Mula Nivasis. Unity is necessary. It is a very crucial thing. What unity will you do? So unity is necessary in community due to various reasons. What unity will do? Unity fosters a sense of belongingness. It creates a sense of belongingness. When we will feel that we belong to Mula Nivasi community and we should work for the well-being of the Mula Nivasi, then nobody can stand as a stumbling block in our way. So unity fosters sense of belongingness. When people get connected to one another, they are more likely to collaborate and support each other, leading to social bonds. So many groups will be bound to come up. We have many groups, Unity of Mula Nivasi Samaj. Then Mesramji has many organizations. He has created many organizations. I do not know why he has created, but I should not criticize him. All must cooperate, collaborate, coordinate. Coordination is necessary because it resolves the conflict. We have got conflict of interest. हमारा बीच में इंटरेस्ट दूसरा है, बट हमारा गोल एक है, हाउ टू empower our own peoples. This is our goal. A unified community can better address and resolve our conflicts. Then collective action is needed. Unless we are united, we cannot achieve our goal. Then it fosters cultural identity. We belong to a separate cultures. Our culture is very colorful and very good. Culture of our society. We must feel proud of our cultures. You know, in Odisha, Adivasi culture prevails everywhere. The dance of Adivasis, the dresses prepared by Adivasis are more attractive, more colorful, and more alluring. आप लोग उड़ीसा का जो आदिवासी लोग रहते हैं, बंडा घाट में रहते हैं, ये पहले वो पूरा उलग्न थे, नेकेड. वो गवर्नमेंट आया है, बिजू पटनायक का गवर्नमेंट आए हैं, वो इनको बनाया जे पहनो, कपड़ा पहनो. ये इतना बढ़िया कपड़ा बनाते हैं. ये लोग का डांस इतना अच्छा है. उड़ीसा में कहाँ इतना अच्छा डांस नहीं मिलेगा. उड़ीसा में जो संबलपुरी डांस है, बहुत अच्छा डांस है, वो आप देखेंगे. वो गंजाम में जो डांस है, ये एक टाइगर का डांस करते हैं. द सिंबल ऑफ वैलोर एंड हीरोइज्म. वो बहुत अच्छा कल्चर है, आदिवासी कल्चर. और जो शेड्यूल कास्ट का कल्चर, ये बहुत हाई है, बहुत कलरफुल है. इसको जब देखा ये नहीं भूल सकता, ये नहीं भूल सकता. So what is the problem? That is collective action is needed. Unity creates a situation where we people can collectively, collaboratively work to achieve our goal. Then our cultural identity, we can exhibit our cultural identity before others. मोदी जी तो प्रशंसा करते हैं, जब उड़ीसा का आदमी जाते हैं इधर डांस फ्रेंस करते हैं, ये बहुत तारीफ करते हैं, क्योंकि इट इज आवर कल्चर. वी टॉलरेट अदर्स एंड वी allow others to think about us. Then next thing, that is political stability. Unity creates political stability. Because Kanchiram ji created Bahujan Samaj Party with many of his friends, well-wishers, it so happened that Sister Mayawati ji became Chief Minister of the biggest state, where casteism is very much prevalent. So unity is necessary. Then economic growth. Without unity, you cannot work for the economic growth. These are few things I have placed before you. I hope and trust that you have tolerated me, and I will let you request that please think about our peoples. Please prepare something and place the matter before the government, so that government would know the pulses of our peoples. If we can do that things, then it will wonderfully work. Last thing, I will quote the great Marx and Engels. They said, workers of the world unite. You have nothing to lose without your chance. So I only urge you to unite. If you will not unite, you will lose your chance and cannot deliver justice to your own people. Once again, I pay my tribute, heartfelt tribute to Jyotiba Phule, then Savitribai Phule, Baba Saheb Ambedkar ji, Kanchiram ji, and all the eminent persons who work for the betterment of our own people and the betterment of other peoples. And this mantra is dedicated to one of the advocates, Patil ji, Sumitra Patil. I pay my floral tribute to this great lady who sacrificed all things for the benefit of the society. Thank you all. Thank you all.